Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, victims of all ages. It's cold as fuck out here, man, and I'm out here hanging out with you guys. Gracious good morning to you guys, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be for you, wherever in the world you may be. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a couple minutes. You know, we're gonna get fucked up, we're gonna watch some videos, make fun of some retards, because that's what the fuck we do. Check this out now, okay? I'm on day number 98. Without any sex going on here, and I'm starting to fucking lose my mind, man. So I just threw some fucking water on the bed so I could fucking sleep in a wet spot because... and it just seems like all the good fucking women are gone. Us guys, we're out here picking through the OnlyFans clearance racks. The half-off hookers, the fucking back page sluts. Those are the ones we picking from, the fucking $5 an hour sluts. That's what we're at. Oh my god, man. Too bad Facebook didn't come up with a relationship status that just says, considering getting in the van. You know what I mean? Like, okay. You know what I mean? And didn't you guys ever notice that nobody is ever busier than a person who is just not interested in you? You know what I mean? Like, you'd be talking to him on the phone and shit, and he'll be like, hey, listen, man, let me call you back. I can close this refrigerator door. I'll call you back. Okay, bye-bye. Close the door? I just feel so bad for people anymore, especially this day and age with Biden fucking ruining everybody's goddamn life. That's how you know when it's fucking close to payday, man, is when you go over to your friend's house and you walk in their bathroom and you see that they got a bunch of fucking coffee filters on the toilet paper roll. That's how you know it's okay. You guys are important, cared for, valuable, and unbelievably appreciated. If no one has told you guys yet today, just know that I fucking love yous over here, man. For some reason or another, I got 4 videos for you guys today. I don't know why I did it, because I drink a lot, so I'm sure I had a good reason. The first video comes from Post-War Goal. That's difficult to fucking say, man. And anyway, this is just about the Northampton, Massachusetts Police Department trying to be slick, like the pieces of shit that they are. I will say that this particular video, this first video, has 3 parts. I only show the first part. However, I do leave the links in the description to part 2 and part 3. So if you want to go, it just kind of gets a little redundant. So if you want to check out part 2 and part 3, links are in the description for you. The second video I got for you comes from Vigilante Watch. In this video, listen. Oh, God. What fucking cunt, horse, scumbag, piece of shit cop doesn't know the fucking loitering statute? You want to know which one? I found her. She's the fucking cunt whore in this one. The third one comes from fucking Chart World, and check this out, man. This is just when fucking female cunt, disgusting fucking pigs get caught breaking the law. And the last video I got for you comes from Rod J.B. Brown, and there's a reason I wanted to highlight this. Can police just drive around the parking lot and run people's license plates? Fuck no. But that's the reason I wanted to show this. So let's get it the fuck going. Roll them up, twist them up, light them up, spark them up, fucking crush it up, shoot it up, fucking whatever it is that you guys do, fucking do it. Pour your drinks. Let's get to it, man. Post-war goal. Show us what happened, dog. Let's go.
Bring up right with the shotgun blast. So now that we're here, okay, I'm just gonna get up real quick.
Is your ID on your phone?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Oh, he's recording.
I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording right now.
Yeah, you can record. We
Okay.
just need your ID.
Okay, that's why I'm recording.
Okay.
Okay. So the reason why you need my ID is because you said I'm trespassing.
Yes.
Okay. Did somebody call you?
Yes, they did.
They
The
did.
business called us.
Okay, cool. The business called you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. And they said they don't want me. Nobody asked me to leave.
Okay. They
Okay.
don't want you here.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
You need to know who you are.
You don't need to know who I am
You're being
right now.
detained. That's what
You're being for what? For a crime.
trespassing.
Trespass.
But the thing is, I haven't been asked to leave.
Okay.
Is this? How would I get to? How would I get to this thing? I'm asking you a question.
Joe, what's with the defiance thing?
No, sir.
It's a
No,
simple
no,
request.
because I know my rights. I know the law.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I'm being detained for what crime?
Okay.
Trespassing.
That's the thing. You can't trespass for
Joe, we just need to know who you are.
no. That's the thing. You don't. I told you. I told you my name.
Gather your stuff and leave. We just need to know who we're talking about.
I'm getting my stuff and I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. You don't need my ID. That's the whole thing.
No, we need your ID.
No, but that's the difference. You don't need my ID
Okay. Why do you think we don't need to know who you are?
because I haven't committed a crime.
You're committing a crime right now. It's called trespassing.
No, this isn't trespassing.
What is it then?
I want to ask you a question.
What is it then?
No, let me ask you a question, sir.
No, ask you a question. What is it then?
Sir,
What is it then?
I'm not gonna ask.
don't know.
I'm not gonna answer you that question.
know.
I'm not gonna answer you that question. I want to ask you this: how would I get to this train station? If
Through the parking lot.
right. So this isn't still the parking lot, right?
Correct.
What are those colored lines?
All right. Do you want to
Joe,
do
what?
I just want to ask you that crosswalk that goes through here, that crosswalk right there. I just want to ask this
What are you on
question.
right now? What is all your stuff on?
I'm not going to answer your question,
Because you're on somebody owns the state.
sir.
Somebody owns this
Dude,
property.
listen to
Remember
me.
I told you your two options? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I
Give
do.
your ID. We'll give you a verbal warning about trespassing.
I'm not giving you my ID. I'm not going to give you the ID because it's not because you'll be violating my Fourth Amendment right.
What's your Fourth Amendment? What's your Fourth
No,
Amendment?
We know what the
no.
Fourth
I'm not going to answer your questions
Search and
either.
seizure. Search and seizure. What are we searching and seizing?
Yeah, I'm going to give up. I'm not. You're going to see my ID
I'm
illegally.
gonna look at your name and give it back to you.
No, no. I gave you my name. That's all you need to know. I'm leaving. That's the end of it. I'm leaving. That's the end of the discussion. It's fine. You don't need to take my ID.
We just need to look at it.
No,
We're not
you
gonna
don't.
take it.
No, you don't. I know the law, man. Don't give me this crap.
Did you go to law school?
Don't. I'm not answering that question.
Can we send it to this?
Can you have a supervisor? Please come out here and talk to
We
me.
don't have a supervisor.
You don't have a supervisor.
Not on the street today.
On the street.
No, we have a supervisor to come out here.
No, we don't.
It's not in your policy to have a
Joe,
supervisor.
just grab your stuff and go, man.
No. You don't. Oh, you don't need the ID anymore.
I don't care.
Okay, right. Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
It's not worth our time.
No. Yeah, it's not to violate my rights.
Because-
You wanted to violate my rights.
Because
Give me
I'll
a
just
break.
get the owner out
Give me
here
a
to
break.
give you a written
Give me a
trespass.
break. Yeah, then do that. Then do it.
Okay, we just need your ID. So we
No, you don't need my ID, dude.
want
Stop it.
Stop shaking.
Stop. No, you made me nervous. You're out here with guns. Yeah,
making me
you,
nervous.
you're out here. No.
Can you call
Me.
the recording party back? Have them come out here.
Yeah, please.
See if he wants to trespass.
Please. And have your supervisor come out here, please. Now.
We don't have a street supervisor.
I don't care. I'm going to call him and have the supervisor come down here then.
Okay, call. Do you want the number?
No, I want you to call. This is your policy to call them.
It's not our policy.
It is. You have to have a supervisor come down. If I ask you,
You know our policy?
you made contact with me. I want your supervisor.
Okay.
Now,
Want to go see
please.
him at the station?
Please, I'm going to go out there on public property where see the crosswalk? See that crosswalk that goes through there? Did they paint that?
The issue is what you're on right now.
I'm on. What are you talking about?
This, do you own this?
Dude,
Is this public?
I'm not answering your questions.
It's not.
I'm
This is
not.
private
I'm not going to answer your questions, and don't try it. Don't try it, because you guys are going to fuck up. You guys are both going to fuck up. You keep
Okay.
pressing me.
I'm just saying. This
Keep
is,
pressing me.
This isn't public property.
Look at me like that. Look at me. Look how smart you look,
This isn't public property.
dude. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not arguing
We're
with
not
you.
trying to argue.
No. Yes, you are. You're trying to get my ID illegally.
How is it illegal?
Oh, you answer that question to me. How is it illegal for me to give you my
You need to
ID?
know how. The
What
law
crime did I commit that I had to give you my ID?
Trespassing.
No. I did. Arrest me then. Arrest me right now.
He's superior.
Arrest me right now. I dare you
You don't
to.
want to arrest.
You ain't cuffs and your gloves on already, lady. You're ready to fucking touch me. You're a sick person. What's your name? No. What is?
That's number 36.
Pronounce it for me. I can't read it.
M. Eline.
Eli M. What's your first? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get both your names.
It's right here. It's right here.
No, that's not your name.
I'm Officer Cole.
Cool. Thank you very much. Was this so hard? So hard. Right here. You want to violate my rights to your gloves? You're ready to fucking assault me.
How am I assaulting you?
You're ready to assault me.
In case you escalate, I'm
No, you're the ones that are escalating this.
safety.
Joe, no
You are about to violate my rights.
No one's yelling except for you, Joe.
Dude, you're about to violate. You're about to put me in the fucking cuffs. Fuck you both.
No one's yelling.
Fuck you both. I'm yelling because you're about to violate my rights and I'm sick of the shit. You're gross. You're both gross. I'm getting my stuff. You're not gonna violate my rights today, people. Sorry. I'm so sorry. You're both getting complaints on you. You're both gonna get screwed.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna violate my rights today, Cole. I mean, Ilan.
In a shocking incident that sent shockwaves through the community, an innocent suspect fell victim to an assault by a police officer entrusted to uphold the law. The incident, which resulted in the immediate termination of the officer, has raised serious questions about the conduct and accountability of those sworn to protect and serve. Let's investigate those cases. In Case 1, an innocent boy, David, patiently waited for his girlfriend, Alice, outside the nail salon while she got a manicure. Absent-mindedly scrolling through social media, he was taken aback when two police officers approached him. To his disbelief, they suddenly arrested him, tightening handcuffs around his wrists. Confused and anxious, David struggled to understand the unjust situation he was in as the female officer read him his rights. Despite his fear, he tried to remain composed and cooperate as they led him toward the waiting police car. The female officer maintained her composure, her voice unwavering as she stated, "Sir, you're under arrest for loitering. It's a violation of the law." David's confusion grew even more profound. He couldn't comprehend how merely waiting outside a business could be construed as a crime. He desperately searched for a logical justification for the officer's accusation, considering that he had just paid for his girlfriend Alice's nails, making him a legitimate customer. The notion that simply being in proximity to the establishment could be deemed loitering left him baffled and bewildered. As the events unfolded, David became increasingly perplexed and uncertain. He had always been a law-abiding individual, and the sudden accusation made him feel vulnerable and targeted. Understanding that he was just waiting for his girlfriend, Alice, inside the salon, David attempted to reason with the officers. However, the female officer cited a law defining loitering as behaving in a manner that deviates from normal conduct, potentially causing reasonable concern for other safety. Despite David's efforts to prove his innocence, the situation escalated, leading to his arrest and a night in College Park Jail. Alice was shocked to find David missing and quickly sought answers from the officers. Learning about the loitering charge, she couldn't comprehend the unjust situation and urgently called their friend JJ for help in posting bail. Unfortunately, they lacked sufficient funds, leaving them no choice but to wait until their court hearing on Monday. Filled with frustration and anger, David couldn't understand why he was being punished for a crime he didn't commit. In jail, David and Alice decided to press charges against the female officer, suspecting personal bias and misuse of authority. When Monday came, they presented their case to the judge, who attentively listened and ultimately dismissed the charges against David. The officer responsible faced disciplinary action and was required to undergo further training, ensuring a measure of accountability for her actions.
Sometimes the ones tasked with enforcing the law are the very ones who break it, and this is really a threat to the judiciary and societal equilibrium. But we've witnessed some female cops ignoring their duties and breaking the law. However, they didn't realize that cameras were watching them. Brace yourself for a riveting exploration into the dark underbelly of law enforcement, as we expose what happens when female cops get caught breaking the law. Amanda Myers. On a chilly evening on February 5, 2020, Officer Katie and Patrolman Rankin received a call that would lead them to an intriguing car accident. The situation unfolded as they arrived at the scene and were greeted by a fellow officer named Amanda Myers. However, there was more to this tale than initially met the eye. Amanda wasted no time in engaging the officers, keen on expressing her side of the story. With conviction in her voice, she introduced herself as a police officer who also worked at a bar to supplement her income. But that was not the main point she wanted to convey. According to Amanda, it was Stanley McKee who was to blame for the collision. Painting a vivid picture, Amanda recounted the events leading up to the accident. As she began backing out of a parking space, Stanley appeared, pulling into the lot. In the blink of an eye, their worlds collided, with Stanley striking Amanda's car. The scene was set for a battle of perspectives. However, Stanley had his own version of the events, and it diverged greatly from Amanda's account. He claimed that he had already successfully maneuvered his vehicle out of the parking lot, coming to a complete stop due to the oncoming traffic. His story portrayed a responsible driver, careful not to cause any harm. According to Stanley, it was Amanda who, while attempting to reverse, struck the front end of his vehicle with the rear end of hers. The clash of metal echoed in his retelling, and the implications of such a collision hung heavy in the air. The plot thickened as Stanley continued his side of the tale. He recounted the aftermath of the impact, describing how Amanda emerged from her car and proposed a quick solution. Just pay $50, she told him. But Stanley, aware of the true cost of a damaged headlight, urged Amanda to follow the proper protocol of exchanging information. It was a sensible suggestion, one that aimed to resolve the matter in a fair and lawful manner. However, Amanda did not take kindly to Stanley's proposal. The air grew tense as their disagreement escalated into a heated argument. Voices clashed and frustration permeated the atmosphere, leaving the officers with a perplexing puzzle to solve. It all started when Stanley, a concerned citizen with a keen eye, witnessed an alarming display of irresponsible behavior by a certain individual named Myers. Fearing for the safety of the community, Stanley wasted no time and dialed the emergency number, summoning the local police force to the scene. As the officers arrived, Stanley took it upon himself to inform them of his suspicion that Myers was under the influence, a serious matter that could not be ignored. To Stanley's relief, the police officers quickly noticed the signs that corroborated his claim. Myers, stumbling over her words and struggling to maintain her balance, showed clear indications of impaired judgment. Officer Rankin, concerned for Myers' well-being and the potential consequences she might face, attempted to reason with her. But Myers, far from appreciating Officer Rankin's intervention, responded with defiance. She adamantly declared her ability to fight any charges that might come her way, dismissing the gravity of her actions. With an air of misplaced confidence, Myers boasted about her knowledge of the police procedure, despite her repeated failures to recall even the most basic aspects of it. As if her false bravado wasn't enough, Myers resorted to name-dropping, attempting to impress the police officers by mentioning the name of Joseph O'Malley, a supposed prosecutor. However, little did she know that O'Malley himself had fallen into disrepute, having been embroiled in numerous legal troubles and subsequent disbarment. Defiant to the end, Myers opted for the hard way, firmly believing she had a justifiable reason for doing so. In her mind, by refusing the test, she hoped to exploit a legal loophole. However, her plan backfired spectacularly as she found herself swiftly handcuffed and placed under arrest. Throughout the journey to the county jail, Myers incessantly reminded Officer Rankin and his colleague, Katie, of her own status as a police officer, demanding special treatment befitting her perceived privilege. To her dismay, Myers soon realized that her expectations of preferential treatment were unfounded. Her attitude, once haughty and dismissive, transformed completely when faced with the harsh reality of her situation. Subsequently, Myers found herself standing before a judge in a courtroom where her fate would be decided. The evidence against her was overwhelming, and she was ultimately found guilty of being unable to maintain reasonable control while under the influence. She was slapped with a fine as a consequence of her actions. Certainly, it was truly disheartening to witness a female police officer engaging in unlawful behavior. However, brace yourself for what comes next, as it's guaranteed to fill you with rage. And be sure not to miss the ending. Ronnie Karosha. Once upon a time in Tulsa, an incident unfolded that left the entire community in shock. The Tulsa Police Department, known for their dedication to serving and protecting, found themselves facing an unprecedented situation. It all began when an off-duty police officer had an unexpected mental breakdown, setting off a chain of events that would leave an indelible mark on the city. In the midst of this turmoil, a 70-year-old woman named LaDonna Paris found herself at the center of the chaos. Seeking solace, she sought refuge in a Habitat for Humanity restore and locked herself in the restroom for what would turn out to be a 4-hour ordeal. Concerned employees desperately attempted to coax her out, but their efforts were in vain. Complicating matters further, Paris's loyal canine companion was trapped in a U-Haul, deprived of fresh air, The distressing news reached the ears of the police, who swiftly arrived at the scene. The Restore employees informed the officers of their desire for Paris to leave, firmly declaring that she would no longer be welcome in their establishment. Yet Paris remained resolute, refusing to open the door despite repeated pleas from the authorities. As the tensions escalated, the officers tried to reason with Paris, who insisted that she would only comply if the store manager requested her departure. To prove her point, she even conversed with the manager over the phone, dismissing the officers' claim that they were speaking to the true authority figure. The situation had reached an impasse. Impatience began to creep into the hearts of the officers, particularly Officer Ronnie Karosha, a fearless woman who refused to accept defeat. Hours ticked by, but Paris showed no signs of emerging from her sanctuary. Ronnie, unable to contain her frustration, resorted to pounding on the door. In an attempt to intimidate Paris, she flicked her taser on and off, warning that unless she complied, she would face the consequences. Unexpectedly, Paris's apprehension at the sight of the taser led Ronnie to burst into laughter. "This is going to be fun," she exclaimed, her voice echoing through the restroom. To compound the matter, Ronnie continuously referenced SO 85, the code used by the Tulsa police to signify a person in mental distress. In their own misguided way, the officers found humor in Paris's struggles. As the officers ridiculed Paris's fragile mental state, their attention was drawn to a startling revelation. Paris possessed a lighter and an aerosol can, which she repeatedly discharged within the confines of the restroom. This display of defiance left the officers no choice but to summon additional backup. Determined to bring an end to the standoff, they decided to forcefully enter the bathroom and apprehend Paris. Chaos ensued as the officers swiftly descended upon her. In the scuffle, Paris suffered a painful injury to her face as she collided with the unforgiving bathroom floor. Handcuffed and subdued, she was escorted outside by Ronnie, her freedom now a distant memory. However, fate had another twist in store. As the officers finally paid attention to the surroundings, they noticed Paris's loyal companion, her dog, locked inside a stifling car for over 4 agonizing hours. Recognizing the urgency, they quickly retrieved the car keys and released the suffering animal from its captive confines. Ronnie, seizing the opportunity, threatened Paris with surrendering her beloved pet to the local animal shelter, a cruel blow in an already distressing situation. Medical assistance was urgently sought. The EMSA arrived on the scene. They quickly determined that Paris's erratic behavior stemmed from her bipolar disorder, which had plunged her into a manic episode. Despite this revelation, Ronnie, perhaps blinded by the heat of the moment, opted to proceed with arresting Paris, levying numerous charges against her. Paris languished in jail for an entire month, her life turned upside down by an ordeal that seemed never-ending. However, justice finally prevailed when a judge dismissed all charges against her, recognizing the disproportionate handling of the situation. The truth had come to light, and Paris's innocence was reaffirmed. Once the body camera footage of Paris's arrest was made public by the Tulsa Police Department, an outpouring of public anger ensued. The community could not fathom the unprofessional banter exchanged between the officers while the suspects suffered in their custody. In the wake of mounting criticism, a lawsuit was filed against Officer Ronnie Karosha, signaling the beginning of a long legal battle. In response to the public outcry, the Tulsa Police Department issued a statement addressing Paris's arrest. While acknowledging the unprofessionalism displayed by the officers during their private conversations, they maintained that the overall handling of the call adhered to the department's policies. However, the fate of Ronnie's case remains uncertain, as the public eagerly awaits updates.
Trying to do this one again, y'all. This officer pulled me over. He decided to get behind me for some strange reason. I just got his attention, and then he decides to pull me over. Follows me onto the highway from the quick trip, only to turn around and pull me over because he decided to get behind me, profile me, and read my tag. He followed me all the way from the quick trip from about 2 miles back on the highway, read my tag, and then decided to pull me over. I wonder what got the attention to this car. I wonder what got the attention. See, this is the shit that I'm talking about right here. That you're minding your own business and then you got police profiling you out here, picking on you. The thing is, if he wouldn't have picked this car, then I wouldn't be having this problem right now because I don't have any issues driving out here. I did exactly what the officers told me to do. Got my occupational license, got the insurance and everything on the car, and here it is still showing that I don't have it or whatever. And I know that this is the second video from police officer pulling me over. You see what I'm talking about? What is it about this car that just all of a sudden always gets attention from these police officers out here? This is every time I have a car like this, I get attention from the police. No, to me, I feel like this is discrimination and racial profiling, man. Because every time they see you or think somebody's black in a car like this, you end up getting pulled over and you can't even mind your own business. I'm just trying to get home from work, man. I've had a long day, almost frustrating day for all the work I've had to do, and I got to deal with this mess. And I don't understand why the states can't get on their stuff right away. They gotta get on this.
I don't show you having any sort of occupational license or anything.
Well, I mean, I talked to them. I literally talked to them. They sent me this and the information in the mail.
What did they send you?
She sent me this information. She said, just use this.
So they got...
This is what I have to use.
Insurance on the vehicle.
Yes.
But that's not a driver's license.
It's SR22 insurance. This is what I needed. This was the other officers that pulled me over 3 weeks ago, told me I had to get, and I went and got it. This is what they told me to get. I got it.
Okay, but you need an actual driver's license from the DMV.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to, I don't know, this is what I was told to get.
Okay.
This is what I was told to get.
Who told you that?
The insurance lady on the phone that I got the SR22 from.
Okay.
What
was your license revoked for in Illinois?
Well, for driving trucks, a long time ago it was for that. It was like three violations in a 2-year period. But that was like in 2012. Okay. But there's been issues trying to get them back.
Okay, because it just shows your status out of Illinois revoked in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, I had issues out there in Illinois with the police when I was going to see my children out there. But I've been fighting that for years, trying to get everything together with that. But in the meantime, they told me to do this. If I won't have the privilege to drive, this is what I had to do, and that's what I did.
Okay. All right. But today, though, I can't let you drive since you don't have an actual license. Okay?
I'm trying to understand this because this is what they told me to get right here.
Okay. So are you able to call anybody to come get you and a second to drive the vehicle?
I could try to find out, man. But this right here don't make no sense. I mean, you're driving along, you're thinking everything's good. Just like I told the other officers before I even got this stuff. You're thinking everything good, and then here you go, getting pulled over. Okay. I mean, what drew the attention to the car in the first place? What was the attention getter? Because you followed me all the way from Quick Trip to here.
Because I go through a lot and run license plates.
Yeah, this particular car? Because you wasn't in the lot. You were over across the street, man. I seen you. And then you come out and you started following me. You follow me to the highway, then you follow me all the way down the highway, man.
Well,
so what was the attention, that actually got the attention? Because there was like a lot of cars back there that you could have ran, but it's like
you can
maybe...
run my record. I ran probably at least 4 or 5 other plates in the parking lot. This was one of them.
And then you went outside the parking lot and waited for the first car to come out and got behind them and put them over, right?
No, I didn't. I run around the building.
Okay. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but this is giving me a hard time. When somebody tell me to do something and I do it, and then I still get this.
Okay. So, I understand that, but try calling somebody, because if they can be here in like 20 minutes, otherwise I have to call a tow truck.
All right. Well, I'll try to see what I can do.
2 people, 1 person to drive this car, 1 person to drive whatever car they come in.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Like 20 minutes.
All right. I'll try to get somebody.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. So, what did you think, man? What did you guys think about the videos? Did you like them? Did you not like them? Did you give a fuck? Did you not give a fuck? Personally, I don't really give a fuck what you give a fuck about. Listen, I know I joke around a lot. Okay, I know I do. But I do want to say this. You folks that are down in South Texas and you're along the border, man, my fucking heart goes out for you. My heart breaks for you guys. I'm sorry that your fucking scumbag president did what he did. This is getting bad. This is getting very fucking bad. And if you don't know what's going on in our country right now, shame on you. If you do know what's going on in our country right now, you should be fucking terrified. We have gotten 2 nuclear warnings from Iran and China, who we are now butting heads with, man. This is going to get bad. This is nuclear. This is going to get fucking bad. Anyway, if you have made it this far, you guys have made it all the way to the end. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a couple minutes today. I appreciate that shit. I love you guys over here. Very, very, very special thank you to the channels I highlighted today. That was Post-War Ghoul, Vigilante Watch, Chop World, and Rod JB Brown. If you guys are unfamiliar with these channels, I always leave the original links in the description for you guys to click on, head on over, let them know we was getting fucked up. We was enjoying a crisp night, man. We was fucking watching their videos. We love them, we support them, and we got their fucking back over here, man. I will say this for you folks that are down in South Texas. It is refreshing. It's reassuring to know that you guys have a senator like Ted Cruz that's down there. This motherfucker loves you guys, and he goes to bat for you in every possible situation he can to try to fix this fucking problem. And it's terrible. Your hospitals are filled, your schools are filled, your jails are filled. I mean, this is fucking bad. This is bad. Fucking President Biden should be publicly hung for what he's done. Publicly hung for what he's done. Piece of fucking shit. Anyway, if you guys have a Facebook page, head on over to the USVSTHEMPGH Facebook group. My motherfucking main man, Chris, he will keep you guys entertained all day long with shit that you do not see on this channel. Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate that shit. And that all being said, guys, you are important, cared for, valuable, and unbelievably appreciated over here, man, especially to me. Fucking South Texas, I got your back. I feel your fucking pain, man. New York City, I feel your fucking pain. Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, I feel your fucking pain with all these goddamn fucking illegals coming in and destroying every fucking thing. Everything. I feel you guys, man. I pray for you guys, and when this is all, when it all comes down to it, race and religion, none of that shit is gonna matter. When fucking China launches their nukes, and Russia launches their nukes, and Iran launches their nukes, it's only gonna come down to us Americans surviving. It isn't gonna be anything else. So, we're gonna need each other like it or not. That all being said, hey, listen, I love you guys over here. Stay safe out there, and I will see yous in the morning. Cheers, guys. Love yous over here.
Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house.